Hi, my name is Piper.
Hi, my name is Silas,
Hi, my name's Nikki.
and I'm
And
a
I'm a
junior
junior
researcher.
researcher. I am from Whitehorse and I am from the Yukon First Nation.
Yes, so I'm from Ross River, Yukon. I'm Wet'suwet'en First Nation.
I am from Mayo, Yukon. I'm based in the Yukon University Mayo campus, and that's where I'm mainly working on my project with the help of my supervisors here and the people in Whitehorse. Well, I never thought that I'd be working as a junior researcher on mental health and wellness. But this past year, it's brought me closer to mental health and like the wellness aspect of that. And I see like my community struggling with grief and everything. Well, when Sandy brought up like, hey, let's be a junior researcher, and like, what would you want to do it on? I'm like, mental wellness.
I've always been really interested in health and supporting and advocating for Indigenous health especially and uplifting Yukon First Nations.
I've always been interested in health and healthcare as a career path. What drew me to it and why it's important for myself was just in the involvement and the improvement of health in my community and for my people.
I was working as a junior advocate actually at YFNED, working with youth in the high schools, tutoring and also helping them find what they were passionate in. And then I was wanting to go to Dawson City and be more active within the community, and the junior researcher program came up and I was able to explore further into my interests and start a research project. So the project that I was working on in Dawson is surrounded looking at holistic health and providing Indigenous plant medicine, nutrition, ceremony, and cultural inclusivity in the hospital. And we're actually just rolling into an action plan this summer to be putting in these practices from the data that we found from the community to put that actually into place in the hospital. From those frameworks and ideologies, it actually grew into Whitehorse, working with the Whitehorse General Hospital and the Kwalndun Health Center, looking at the same thing on how we can support these Indigenous methods of healing in the hospital.
So I'm working on the traditional Indigenous medicine project. More focuses on integration of understanding for the Whitehorse General Hospital and the Kwalndun Health Center. At the hospital, it's better integration. Whereas at Kwalndun Health Center, it's better understanding for the citizens of Kwalndun, better understanding of traditional medicine, whether that be through workshops or through, just learning from a elder or a knowledge keeper about traditional medicine and improving that for the citizens of Kwalndun. And I'm also a part of an advisory board for a career pathway project for Indigenous youth and communities. So a big thing on that is, C1B1.
The project is called Creative Minds, Understanding the Impacts of Art-Based Programming on Mental Health in Mayo. It's a study that aims to determine the impacts of art-based activities on community wellness. And just like my goal is to figure out what art or what programs will bring people out that will let people engage in communities. I just want to get the community back together into one group with one goal in mind, is to help heal everyone.
It's not necessarily to help myself, but to help my peers and, other people in communities flourish in these opportunities that, weren't designed for them and, honestly aren't really meant for them the way that the system is currently.
has been a very big moment of growth for sure. Being able to, wanting to know I'm in health, wanting to be able to advocate and help Indigenous people, but also just not having a clue where to start or where to go. And, I'd never thought, oh yeah, I want to be a researcher when and having that opportunity presented and being able to, look at what I'm interested in and read and, learn all these different methods of connecting with community, connecting with elders, and how to uplift those voices and letting them guide you has been a real big, learning moment. And taking an Indigenous approach of community, of storytelling, of connection has really evolved who I am, but also helps, evolve the community as being in one together.
It's quite different, especially because I'm in a rural community with 500 kilometers away from the main team, but it's been really interesting to see the factors that go into a research study. You definitely need patience for all of this because it's a long process. It's just a lot of learning, and you just have to take it one step at a time.
Yeah, my experience has been amazing. It's been a learning experience and a bit of a curve as well for my previous position. But I feel wholeheartedly supported in this position and in my experience so far here.
To work with YSPOR, it helps diverse the job opportunities that you would never even have here. And it's great that they allow communities or community members to come and work with them. And it allows everyone to try, mainly youth, to try something out that's different. And they have an excellent support system. And you wouldn't be able to find that anywhere else, really.
So having, these youth be uplifted and work within their communities and actually uplift them and speak with elders, speak with community that's comfortable, knowing that research isn't just some data on a piece of paper or in some sort of computer. It's actually going back into the community and worked with the community and how we can be, how we can be better and how we can create this a better place.
Do it. We need more representation in healthcare, and especially from people in communities that have a unique perspective.
Go for it.
Just give it a go. You never know until you know. And you can really go anywhere with it. And if you have a passion to want to work with community and uplift it, that's the main word I'm giving away is, uplifting yourself and uplifting the community, working with one another and connections. And it's really just amazing where you'll go.
It might be just what your community needs to move forward, and you might be able to make a difference. You might be the one that makes a difference in your community.